Hi, I'm Glenn Orpheus, and this is my review of the Cyrusher Bandit electric folding bike. So, what's the Cyrusher Bandit like to ride? Well, first of all, let's go over the specs of the bike. Moving across the handlebar from left to right. First of all, we have the comfy foam handlebar grips. Behind these, you can see the hydraulic brake lever. Next to these, I've installed the throttle. And then, you've got the computer display control. Moving across into the middle, we've got the large liquid crystal colour display and smart computer readout. And on the right hand side of the handlebar, you've got the 9-speed gear selector, behind which you've got the brake lever, followed by the right side foam grip. Then below the handlebar, we have the motor style front forks with preload adjustment on both left and right side. Front and centre of the bike, we've got the large 250 lumen front light. Right in the centre of the bike's frame, we have the locking and folding mechanism. Then below this and underneath the frame, you'll also see the key socket. This is for securing the battery, or if you wish, to remove it. Next up, we have this very comfortable seat with rear light, with 3 modes, either on, off or flashing. And below this, we have the rear sprung-loaded suspension unit. And then below that, we have the dual-sided crank and pedals. And then moving to the rear of the bike, we have the 750 watt motor, but please note, this is limited to 250 watts if you're living in Europe. Also, the Shimano derailleur. And not forgetting, on the front and rear wheel, we also have the hydraulic brakes and 180mm brake discs. Folding the bike couldn't be simpler. Just pull back the sprung-loaded handle and away you go. This also gives you access to the 17 amp hour battery, if you want to take it out or put it back in. And lastly, not forgetting the large 26-inch by 4-inch fat tyres. The bike also comes with rear and front fenders and a kickstand. Let's start with sharing some of my thoughts about the bike. So it's quite a heavy bike to begin with, but obviously you do have a big battery and a motor on the bike, which does bring the overall weight right up a bit. So 34 kilos with the battery installed, or 30 kilos without the battery. If you're looking also to buy this bike, then one thing to take into consideration is that you need to be at least 5'11". That is the minimum height requirements for this bike. Now, as far as range goes, well, it will get to 60-mile range, but take into consideration that you're riding on a nice clean surface, on a flat surface, that is, without any hills, and only using the bike in pedal assist mode 1. Now obviously if you increase the pedal assist modes, that increases the speed to the motor, but that will decrease your range, so just be aware. If you're riding the bike in pedal assist 5 mode, then you're probably likelihood of a range around about 28 miles. Again, that's on a flat surface, that's not hills. The one thing I did find a little bit disappointing though is that there's no rear rack for this bike, so just be aware. The bike comes with a 750 watt motor, or restricted down to 250 watts if you live in Europe, which is a top speed of 28 miles per hour unrestricted, or a top speed of 15 miles per hour if restricted. Now, there are ways to unrestrict this bike, but that's the subject for another video. The bike comes in 3 different flavours, that being this red and black that I've got here, completely black, or blue and black. Folded up, the bike is almost 38 centimetres by 45 centimetres, so it's handy if you need to save on space. Overall, I found the bike to be a real pleasant ride, and well worth the money. So if a foldable e-bike is something that you're looking for, and this fits your needs, then I'd highly recommend this bike. So that about wraps it up from me. If you've got any questions about the bike, then please drop them in the box below in the comments section, and I'll do my best to answer them. So until the next time, bye bye.